isn't it? Okay, and we're live. Welcome, everyone, to this again edition of the M8Cast. It's been some time since we made this M8Cast, and again, of course, I'm joined by my mate.
Yeah, mate, I'm here, mate.
Yeah, mate. And today we have something very special to talk about, mates.
Yeah, there was just the WWDC 2020,
Yes.
the first online WWDC,
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
and it was quite, yeah, there was a lot of stuff.
There was a lot this time, yes, definitely. Probably the biggest one we'll talk about at the end. I'll just
Yeah,
check if
that
the audio is
will
fine.
take up, yeah. Yeah, just go ahead.
Perfect audio. Yes, a live stream where everything works. Unbelievable. Good. So yeah, welcome, welcome. I see we have actually some viewers too tuning in, so hello also. And yeah, so the WWDC, we just came from the live stream. So
Yes, just right. It ended not long ago.
yes, exactly. Just a couple of minutes ago, and we thought, how about we talk about it? So, how about we start right off like Apple with the first one?
Yeah, first update. They went right to the nitty-gritty.
To the
They,
nitty
they, they
gritty, yeah.
didn't they didn't talk long before that.
Yes.
iOS 14.
Yes, iOS 14. So, lots of amazing redesigns, no. But
Yeah, in general, I can say iOS 14 is kind of the most boring update, like
yeah,
in quotes.
well, I mean, let's just start with the first. I mean, I think we both were debating before the start of the stream because we were discussing is it now gonna be stability or redesigning some
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah. Well, it's definitely not stability.
No, it's not stability. Again, I will be the idiot to download the first beta so I can tell you then, but yeah,
Yes.
because Apple has. I think this iOS update is Apple looking at Android being like, that's nice. I'll take that.
So they finally introduced widgets.
Yes, widget
Um,
support.
to my surprise, they didn't call it some like own name. They just called it widgets.
The Apple widgets.
And yeah, it's what it says.
Yeah,
What you all know what widgets do. They are widgets. They now show the like weather and
exactly.
calendar, and you can put them whatever you want in the home screen,
Exactly. So,
just like Android had it.
yes, so Apple has really started to, for the first time ever, uh, redesign the home screen. Actually, it's the first time you can put stuff into your home screen,
Hmm.
and you can put
Yeah.
it, and you can also take different sizes of notifications and put them there. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. I mean, they look nice, and Apple surely will do it in the Apple way. So redesigning lots of translucency.
Yeah,
And
we'll come to that later. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, it looks
They
interesting.
also
Let's say
had
that.
the picture in picture.
Yes,
Yeah, picture in picture,
picture in picture.
where you could like watch a video and at the same time write something in notes, which is nice.
Yes, definitely. That's a nice feature that they added. That yes, indeed, it's something that people wanted all the time. I mean, I don't know how much I will use it to be honest with you, but
Yeah, we will see. I probably will not
exactly.
use it a lot too, but just the occasional
Yeah,
maybe.
we'll see. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Then they did a lot of updates to the maps, to
Mm-hmm.
the Apple Maps. They
Yes, maps
talked
got
about that
updated.
pretty long, so they have now different um, uh, improvements when you have, for example, a when you cycle through the city, it will give you the best route for a bike, or if
Yeah,
you have.
it's well optimized because if you go cycling, you look on your Apple, no, sorry, on your iPhone, and you crash into a car and you hurt yourself, you can immediately call the doctor. No, but yeah, I mean
You can
honestly,
use the app for that then.
there's an app
You
for
can
that.
use the app then.
Yeah, exactly, bringing us right to the next feature.
So yeah, they did a lot of maps
Yeah,
updates,
yeah,
which
maps.
for my opinion is just they did features that Google Maps already had and put
Mm,
in Apple
true.
Maps, like the sightseeing stuff. They have
Yeah,
that now, which is good, and so on. So
true.
yeah.
Yeah, the thing is with Apple Maps, I mean, I've told you this during the keynote. I think what I really noticed is Apple is really improving their data, because I mean, I am really living in a small village here. I'm not Vienna, you know what I mean? I understand when they're updating stuff in Vienna, but they did it also here, like a full-on update. I noticed it with
Yes.
suddenly streets appearing that weren't there before and stuff like that's really awesome. It even don't know if you noticed because you know the EO right in Oberwar.
Yeah. The EO.
EO, yeah. I mean, you guys don't know what I'm
It's a
talking about.
shopping
Yeah,
mall. A shopping
exactly.
mall.
And they even added like all the little streets of the parking place. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, they're really updating their stuff and they're improving this on and on and on. So that's really interesting. And yeah, so that's one thing. And the other thing,
Yes, they just quickly talk about this too. They have the app clips. We
yes,
already touched on with the joke there with the doctor,
yeah,
where they made like a preview use once functionality when you, for example, need to use an app and for one time only, you can, without downloading the actual app, do that once, and if you like it, you can later download it or something.
exactly.
But it requires a like QR code or
Mm,
something. So
exactly.
something like a QR code.
Yeah, so you can kind of imagine if you're now sitting there like us and you haven't watched the keynote, you think, what? It's kind of like imagine you're going into your Starbucks because Apple's always telling people you buy stuff with Siri in Starbucks, of course. But anyway, so let's say you go into Starbucks and there's I don't know Starbucks changes something and you need the Starbucks members app or something, then you don't have to go onto your phone and search it. You know what? You just go
Yes.
to this QR code that I've set up. You point your iPhone. I think it has NFC probably, and you point your iPhone at it, and suddenly there's a splash screen, and you can use the app. A little, how do you say, a
Yeah.
little light
A
version of the
preview.
app.
Yeah, yeah, like a
Yeah,
light version. Yeah.
exactly, and you can pay to use Apple Pay, but you don't have to install the app. And if you want, you can do it later on.
Yeah. They also did that with parking. When you need,
Mm.
for example, an app for parking, you can quickly do it. Don't have to download it.
Which is a good thing. Probably developers of those apps won't like it.
Yeah, because they have to do now
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, true. But yeah, that's one thing
Yeah,
that
it's
they added.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, sure, it's nice.
I just wanted to put that in. We talked about this during the keynote.
Hmm.
I think for example, thought is why, prioritizing stuff. Why does one particular app
Hmm.
get presented and the other one doesn't? We'll see about that.
Yeah, I mean, this will probably, again, like with everything else, it will hurt the little guys because the big guys can just
Yes.
buy themselves into every company and the small ones can't. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see about that.
sure, we'll see about that. One thing we forgot, or maybe you wanted to mention later, is the search bar. There is a search.
That's no, that's in iPad, right?
No, no, no.
In
Oh, no, I don't. Not the search bar. I mean the search page. Sorry, the search page.
search
You
page.
know this.
Well, what's that again?
Now, if you, it's also like with Android. Only you don't swipe up, you swipe right, and then you get a whole page where all your apps are organized into
Oh,
folders
yes,
by Apple.
yes, yes. Okay.
Like I don't know, privacy. No, not privacy. Oh God, they talked so much about privacy. Now I also have it in my
Yeah,
head. No,
it's in our head. Yeah.
no, but like I don't know, games and stuff like that. They just uh,
Photography
yeah,
games.
exactly. They group it up. Productivity. That's what I was searching for. Yeah, exactly. And they search. They pile it up, and you also can search. And if you click on search, all the apps come. And you can also like hide pages on your phone if you like. "Ah, I don't want all those pages there. If that annoys you, I don't know. But
Yeah. If you have so much, then you should probably start deleting stuff.
yeah, probably. But yeah, now you can also search for them more easily. Yeah. By the way, one thing I want to mention, guys, if you have any opinions on that, you can of course write it. We can talk about it. That's the sense of this live stream, of course.
Yes.
Exactly. So did I miss something? Is there anything else?
You surely missed something. Wait.
Siri.
Oh, yeah, Siri. Yes, they did some updates to Siri.
Yeah, so in general they did that. So Siri and calls, with a call, when you had a call and you were, I don't know, writing something on Word on your iPhone, suddenly the whole screen was filled by the call and you couldn't do anything anymore. Now it's
Yeah,
this
yeah,
little unobtrusive notification which you can click
which
or
is
swipe up.
good. Yeah,
Yeah, which is
yeah.
good. And the same goes for Siri. Siri won't block your content anymore and just give you
That's
notifications.
that's good. Yeah,
Yeah, that's good. I agree with that. Yeah, so
yeah.
that's
And
nice.
you can now unlock your car with your
Oh
iPhone.
yes, I forgot that like Apple with iOS with the home screen, they went, "Hey, Android has that. I like that." With Apple Maps, Apple went, "Hey, Google has that. I like that." And with the car keys, they were like, "Hey, Tesla has that. I like that."
Yeah,
So yeah,
they
it's
partnered with
yeah,
BMW and Ford only now. And
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So yeah, I mean, it will take. I'm sure Audi will also get into it. I'm sure about it.
yeah,
One
all the
day.
big ones
Yeah,
probably,
yeah,
but
sure.
it's nothing that I find so
No,
revolutionary. But you can
it's
do it now.
it's
It's
nothing
fine.
new. Keyless entry is nothing new. But yeah, I mean, sure. If you're one of those guys who finds that the key is too heavy and too big, like
Yeah,
Apple said,
because the key is big, but then look at all the
yeah,
gigantic phones we
exactly,
have nowadays.
exactly. It's yeah, whatever. It's been around so long, so let's get rid of it.
Yeah, the key
Let's
is
kill the keyboard while we're at it. No, just kidding.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that was all from iOS 14 that was important and
Yeah.
mention.
Do you know about the support? That's what I wanted to ask you. Do you know how many iPhones? Or how about you go on to watchOS and I go on and look on the support site? It must be up by
Yeah,
now.
let's do that.
Must be up by now.
So
Just go.
watch OS 7.
Yes.
You can now. Oh yeah, we forgot previously they
Oh,
did
oops.
some updates to the stupid memojis too, but
Yeah, who cares about
uh,
that? They're doing
watchOS
this.
can now you have now a dance mode where you can do workouts and dance, which is
Yes.
fine, I guess.
Yeah, sure. A lot of people do that.
Um, you
Oh,
can now what?
we forgot something about iOS 14, which is quite big actually. The translation app.
Oh yeah, the Google to add the translation app
Yeah, so Google Translation the same but more private.
from
So
Apple.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's nice. I mean, yeah,
it's fine. Yeah, it's good that they actually have it natively.
yeah,
So yeah.
exactly.
All right. So yeah, watchOS 7. What was I supposed to say now? You can now share your watch faces because that's what you do nowadays. You
Yeah.
share your watch faces with your friends,
Oh my
apparently.
god. Yeah, yeah.
Um, no, but more serious, it will help you, for example, to wake you up if you sleep with your watch, which I
Yeah.
personally
If
don't
you
do, but
sleep with your watch, I don't know.
it can wake you up without making
Yeah,
any noise, or it can make noise.
yeah.
What else can it
You have
do?
more watch faces. You have a classic like this. How do you call it? Techonomer? Like
Tech,
tech
tech, I know what you mean.
techinometer. I
Yeah,
think that's how
this
it's called.
word. Yeah, I have no
What all
idea.
the expensive like Rolex and everyone has. You can now be
Yeah,
also fancy, like pseudo fancy. Um, and you have this horrible, no horrible, but not well looking, like big font watch face. I don't like it particular, but
yeah. Was there anything else?
no watch. I think they
They
didn't.
went so long on with the dancing
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
That's what I
true.
remember.
I mean, there are a lot like I think watch OS is really focused on sport and
Oh
activity,
yeah,
and they added a lot of activities for like indoor activities, which is nice for all the people who surely use that. I mean, even I, when nowadays I don't sadly, but when I was fit, I actually I actually was searching for those options, so that's nice that Apple added it.
yeah. And now it's called Fitness, the app,
Ah,
not
wow, awesome.
activity, but Fitness.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's that.
Yeah, but it makes more sense actually.
Yeah, it makes more sense. I agree
Yeah.
with you. So yeah, that's actually not that big of an update. But then again,
So
what do you want to add on watchOS? Let's be honest. Um,
yeah, I mean, they can do a lot. They try to improve like the
mm,
little things they have, which is
yeah,
fine.
yeah. I mean,
Then
it's
there is
yeah.
of course the
No worries.
the TvOS, which can do some. stuff which I really don't remember. So we'll
Let's
skip over that.
Yeah, it's really not that big. It's just like a little bit. One thing that you can mention with privacy, they now show, Apple shows in iOS and iPadOS and in tvOS, they show with every app what they do, what data they get for you and use of you. So you see that in the App Store always. So that's one thing you can add in tvOS.
Yeah,
maybe.
so they're really concerned about your privacy.
Definitely, yeah. So that's one thing.
So yeah, let's go on to a more interesting update, the iPad OS,
Yes.
which has a glorified spotlight now
No,
called Search.
according to Apple, it's the redesigned, reimagined. It's
But it's
Spotlight.
actually just a spotlight for iPad, which
Like,
is fine.
yeah,
You know, it's
yes.
good.
Yes.
Good that it has it.
Yeah, it's Spotlight is a nice thing. Why can't you just be honest?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing. Yeah, why
Yeah.
call it different?
Yeah,
Makes
I
just confuses people, I would
Yeah.
say.
I don't know.
And what else can it do? It can now. It is easier. It is easier and better with handwriting.
Yes.
So when you have Apple Pencil, you can write, and they made a really big deal out of that. But in reality, Microsoft has been doing that for years.
True.
But I'm sure Apple makes it work pretty well, and
Yeah.
it can actually recognize it by its own on its own, and then
True.
even understand what you wrote, and so
Yeah. Yeah.
that it's pretty good and it's useful because I know a lot of people use the iPad as a note-taking device, which actually Craig mentioned in the keynote.
Yeah.
Which is
Exactly.
very true, yeah.
Yeah,
A
and
lot
you
of
can
people
even
do that.
yeah, that's true. And you can even take like if you write something on your iPad, you can select it, and it selects it like a text and converts it to a normal text. So that's
Yes,
really
exactly. That's
that's
what I
nice.
forgot. Yeah.
It will be probably Bug City in the first beta, but yeah.
It's all done via machine learning, so it learns all of this.
Exactly.
Done
Yeah.
on the device,
Yeah.
or their co-processor or whatever they have for that. And
yeah.
is there anything else, mate, that I
Yeah,
forgot?
there is one OS update nobody expected, the AirPods.
Oh yeah, that's a freaking OS, yeah, sorta.
Yes. So the AirPods, I knew it when they were talking about the AirPods. I mean, I have the first gen, right? And I knew whatever comes now, I won't get it because it's Apple. And even with the AirPods, they need to unsupport stuff.
Yeah.
And you know, they added a big deal actually, especially I love spatial audio, and they added it to the AirPods, which actually is really awesome because the AirPods have amazing sound. I don't have no idea about the AirPods Pro. I heard they're really good, but spatial audio is something really awesome. If you haven't tried it, you should, by the way. And they added it only to the AirPods Pro, of course. I mean, I think it sounded like that. And they showed that, I don't know, with the AirPods Pro, if you turn your head, it knows how you turn your head and adjusts. And even if you turn your iPad, it adjusts and stuff like that. So that's really interesting. So a lot of tech, a lot of data. Really interesting that they did that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
that's one
Can
thing.
do 360 sound and whatnot.
And whatnot. So yeah, if you have the AirPods Pro, there you go.
So yeah, that was the iPad OS and the AirPods firmware.
Yes.
Is that there must be more in iPad OS 14? I think we forgot something.
well,
Was
I mean,
that all?
I think all the other like, I mean, they talked about like or iPad first apps. So apps that are only designed perfectly for the iPad in mind first.
iPad first. Then.
Yeah, iPad first. Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah.
that also happened. And yeah, so I think they brought all the other features from iOS 14 also to iPad OS. And I have to tell you something, mate. I know we all gave Apple a lot of shit, but I just got the compatibility list, mate, for iOS 14. What would you guess? What would you guess?
iPhone 7 and up.
Okay, you're wrong. Would you say higher or lower?
Lower.
You're goddamn right.
You're
I can't
goddamn right.
believe it, mate. The iPhone SE #1 is still supported, and the
No
iPhone
fucking
6s
what?
is still supported,
The
and the
SE
yes,
that is still
yes, and
what?
the iPod Touch is 7th gen is also in there. All
What?
no unsupport.
If I had known that, I would have buy this. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, no unsupport. Apple leaves everyone. It's
wow.
crazy.
But is that really running great on
Yeah,
like
that's the
a
question.
6S or SE? We will see.
That's the question. I have no idea,
Um,
but that's
with
crazy.
all that transparency and all that, we will we'll
Yeah,
see.
but it's crazy that it can
But
do
it's
that.
good. It's fine. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's fine. Don't complain.
yeah.
So moving on, when we're already talking about transparency, let's move to macOS
Yeah.
Transparent, or also known macOS Big Sur.
Now, sir, do you think
Yes, sir.
Big Sur is a big update, sir?
Well, sir, it most certainly is a big update, sir.
I'm gonna drink my coffee now, sir.
What? Not a tea?
Yeah.
No, but for real, it's called macOS 11, not
Yes.
10.16 or 10. Well, what are we now? Yeah, 10.15, 10
Yeah.
point, not 10.16, 11.0, not 10 point something.
Hello,
Which
sorry. Hello, Desai. I'm surely butchering your name. Desai, Desai. I'm so sorry.
this I.
He's writing USA. Yeah, hello.
All right, yeah.
There you go.
Um, and what was I about to say? Yes, they renamed it macOS Big Sur, which is a weird name. But they redesigned the OS. And now, mate, what was your first impression on the operating system look of the new look?
What should I say? The thing is, I did not expect them to make such a big update.
Did
Because
anybody?
no,
I don't think
nobody
anybody
actually.
did.
No, nobody. And when they talked about redesign, and as I saw all those icons flying by, I was like, oh wow. And then they showed it, and I don't know what it is. Maybe I think it's the background, and maybe
Yes.
it's more flat. I think those are the two factors, but it looks a bit childish in my opinion.
Yes, I agree. It looks childish. Surely the wallpaper doesn't help.
Yeah.
But they made the icons look like iPad icons. This dock looks like an iPad dock to me.
Yeah.
I know, I think they're going for like unifying everything, their
Yeah.
style,
Yeah.
iPad, iPhone, Mac.
Exactly.
It's a shame that they didn't show the dark mode anywhere,
Yeah, that
because
would be
we didn't
interesting.
see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it was a shock at first, I'm honest, but you were probably getting used to it. But the transparency, oh boy, well, they like the
Oh
transparency.
yes, they do.
It's like Windows Aero, just way more actually. There's I'm just seeing a screenshot. Do you have that too? Like from the CNET website.
Wait. Yeah.
There is literally everything is transparent in the Mac App Store. There's just the icons and the fonts are there, and the rest is all translucent.
Yeah, I see it now. Yeah.
Which which is pretty yeah, something to get used to.
It's a bit too much. Yes, definitely.
I don't think all the apps will look like that, but it is a little much.
Yeah, I also think it's just a bit too much. I like my transparency, but this is a bit too much. But
Yeah.
I think it's the first time that I have to say that I don't like a wallpaper from Apple. But the thing is,
Yes, yeah, I don't like this one either, no.
yeah, I think I have to see it myself in the dark mode and everything. I think the dark mode will help. Putting in the right wallpaper will help, and I think it's just
Yes.
getting used to the new design.
This wallpaper looks like straight out of an iPad or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And they also made the windows completely white, very flat, as you said, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's only the design. The overall interface is still the same, thank God.
Yes.
They did some changes to the Finder, but it's all minor and probably to the better, actually.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
They will not have window snapping because, of course, not.
Of course not.
But they have a control center in Mac,
Yeah, good.
which is nice.
It's
Yeah.
nice, yeah. It means straight out of iOS, but it's good, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
and it's because Windows 10 has that, and I kind of miss that on Mac always.
Yeah, I
Quickly
agree.
changing Bluetooth and so,
Yeah,
and all the devices on and off,
that's
and
nice.
whatever. That is a nice, or quickly adjusting brightness control and whatnot.
Exactly.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, oh, definitely. I agree, yeah. And
Um,
also Safari got a big update, I would say.
yeah, Safari got a pretty big update.
Yeah,
Yeah.
again, the redesign, and now again, I told you all the things that Apple looked at and said, I like that. With Safari, they went to Opera and were like, I like that starting page, and they just took it. And yeah, I mean, now you can change your wallpaper on your start page and reorganize everything. Yeah, I mean, if you want to, great for you.
Yeah, they made a pretty big claim, and if it's true, that's really awesome. They claim Safari is 50% more efficient and faster than Chrome, which is
That would be
because
awesome.
Chrome is not a bad browser.
Well,
I
not
know
at
it
all.
needs a lot of RAM and all that, but uh, I'm not the biggest fan of Google Chrome. But I know the browser is not bad at all, and if
I
it's
agree.
better than that and 50% faster, that is really saying a lot.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
That's definitely uh, quite good browser. They also again told a lot about privacy, so you're now on the safe side when you're using Safari because the extensions can't do everything anymore. And what do I know? I didn't really pay attention too much. Did you?
Well, yeah, the extensions now, I think they're opening it up to other. They said if you have extensions that work on other browsers, you can now use it here too, on Safari. And they put an extra page in the app store, so you can just search for all the extensions, and you can, again, because privacy is really important to them, they also decided to give every so you can choose what every extension can do. So say this extension can
Yeah.
only work on this website, or it can work in general, or stuff like that. So they really put effort into customization. That's it.
Yes. Customer. Yeah. I have no doubt that Safari is a very secure and awesome browser.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
um, that has always been the case.
yeah.
And that makes it a good transition to the next topic. macOS 11 has some built-in software
Yes.
that makes it easier for developers and users to move to something they also introduced.
Yeah, something that I never thought they would do already. It
Really, you
was
didn't think? I
no.
already heard it, many rumors
I
that they
mean, I
wouldn't
heard
do it.
about it too, but I didn't think. I knew they would do it. I just didn't think they would do it that quickly.
Yeah, they moved to our ARM. They're moving to our ARM. They haven't done it yet completely, of course. They're only starting to, but
Yeah,
they made their own chips.
yeah,
They're in developing their own chips called Apple Silicon.
yes, it's happening, and they made a whole big deal because yes, and I get that that's probably the biggest thing they announced in recent years, because it's just such a big shift. It's like one of, how did it say, it's a historical day, which is true. I think
Historical day, yeah,
it's
yeah, it's true.
it's the first time Apple didn't overstate.
Yeah, it's the same when they went from PowerPC to Intel.
Yeah,
Now they're going from Intel to Apple Silicon to their own again.
yeah, and Intel's headquarters probably right now is on fire. They're like, ah,
Oh shit.
no. So yeah, probably because that's a big partner, for sure.
Oh yeah, that it is. I mean, Intel has still like owns a lot of stuff,
Yeah,
but
sure. It's not like they will.
they need to get their shit together for sure.
Oh, definitely. Because again,
Uh,
Apple kind of mentioned that. And that's the point. They made a whole big section talking about why. Why would they go to ARM? And the first thing that they mentioned was heat, power consumption, and power in general.
yes,
And I mean, they didn't say it, but we all knew they meant, well, Intel CPUs kind of are hot and
But
take a lot of power.
I mean, it's a little bit of fault that they're at Apple's end too, because they make everything super
Yeah.
thin and then what is not cool. But, but
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, and the Apple Silicon, it runs way cooler, but it's still very fast. That's what
Yes.
I don't remember the guy, but that's what he basically said.
Exactly. So they don't take a lot of power and they don't heat up that fast. And I'm really interested to see that the power gains are really big. And I'll agree with them because if it's anything close to the A12Z, which is as they said i7 speeds
It's
approaching,
crazy.
it's crazy. And when you think about that, this is a mobile chip. It's not even yet a Mac design
No,
chip.
it's not even built for a PC. It's built for a tablet.
Yeah, and that's just crazy thinking about that. And if you think about, let's say, a MacBook Air, by the way, Apple, if Tim, if you're seeing this,
Yeah, he for sure does.
yeah, sure, please don't make the Macs thinner and don't remove the one fan you still have. I know you really want to, but don't.
Yeah, it could really be that they removed the fan.
Yeah,
It could
please.
really be. Um, I mean, I state that the run-of-the-mill average Joe that buys the MacBook Air,
Yeah.
he can easily go get by with the speed of like A12C, and they will of course not put this chip in. They will put a specific chip for the Air in, so like the A13
Yeah, sure.
whatnot,
Yeah,
and make it perfect for the Air. So it could even work out, but not of course for pros and
no.
people that want to do serious stuff. But
Yeah.
I think for most tasks, it will actually be okay.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. The A12Z isn't cool in any way. So, I mean,
Yeah.
if they put that into the air, that's already crazy.
And they, especially, for example, if you think about when they overclock, for example,
Then,
A12 and make a fan, bolt a fan to it, and,
yeah.
and then they could really have some serious performance.
Yeah, just imagine they may be making the A14, which is supposed to go over, wait, what was it? 3 gigahertz on a mobile, on an
Wow.
iPhone. Just think about
Crazy.
just think about that in Mac format. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely awesome. Now, the big elephant in the room is, of course, the same as there was with PowerPC and Intel, the software, the
Yes.
support. I mean, obviously, there are standard apps, their own Apple apps, they will work
Yes.
on Apple Silicon. But third parties, will it work, mate? Well, they mentioned something.
Yeah, Apple talked about it, made a big deal out of this as well because they know that a lot of people probably looked at this and were like, "Oh no!"
Oh shit, it
yeah,
doesn't work anymore. My office doesn't work anymore.
exactly. And Apple just they even showed with it. Yeah, look how smooth Word is and how smooth PowerPoint
They made
is.
Apple made in their Apple Keynote made a demo of Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint.
Yes, it happened, and they even
Yeah.
showed Linux.
Yeah, even showed Linux. So
Yeah.
they made their own virtualization software. So
Yes.
because obviously Apple Silicon is not x86 anymore, so it is a completely different architecture. So everything needs to be recompiled for Apple Silicon.
Exactly.
And they have there this program called Rosetta, which they already had back in the days. Back in the days, it would run PowerPC software on Intel.
Exactly.
And what it now does is then it runs Intel software on Apple Silicon. And if it works so great as they stated, make it out to be, then that will be, of course, a nice way to transition from Intel to Apple Silicon.
Definitely, yes. So if everything works like they said, then that will be a big move. Yes, then they'll probably, if everything, I mean, they even showed like a game being transcoded by Rosetta.
Yes. So they just wanted to show out that it's really working. Yeah.
They really wanted to show, look, guys, it works. Don't worry about it.
I mean, I will worry about it because not everything will work. I know that because I know a lot about computers.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I mean, I think the big software companies, they will, they have the resources and they will, of course, develop as soon as they can and as fast as they can. For example, as Microsoft does it and Adobe. But of course, that is, the industry is big and everything needs to be moved over. And Intel is not gone, they also need to still make for x86 for PC and Windows.
So they introduced the Universal 2, which should help anyone because you can create apps for Intel and ARM at the same time.
Exactly, yes, that's why they made this, which is a pretty powerful utility if it really works that great.
Yeah, if it really works that great, it's awesome. It's really awesome, yeah. So yeah, that's the big news today. Probably one of the biggest
in years.
One of the biggest. And they said it's gonna be a 2-year transition, probably.
Yeah. They want to ship the first Mac at the end of this year.
Yeah.
Did I catch that right?
Yeah, you caught that right.
I mean, that's pretty impressive.
That's impressive. I didn't also think that would happen.
I mean, right now they kind of have the first ARM Mac already with the Mac Mini, how did they call it? Developing kit or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a Mac Mini with a 812C processor.
Exactly.
Which is crazy. This is awesome, yeah.
It would be interesting. I hope that I think they won't be allowed to show how fast they run. It would be really interesting to know.
I mean, yeah, they didn't show any like technical specifications. I mean, it surely would be interesting, but they probably would. It just would take too long at the keynote because there was so much else to go on other than the technical stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, this keynote almost took up 2 hours. That's great, pretty long.
They were rapid firing everything basically. They weren't really going on a lot about one particular thing. They just had so much, which is not. They didn't have that many times actually.
It's been some time since that happened. Exactly. So that happened. So we
of course. Just wanted to mention that, of course, Big Sur macOS 11 will still run on Intel for a long time.
Yes, obviously, yes.
And next versions, that's what Tim Cook also stated himself.
Yeah.
So Intel is not completely gone yet.
Yeah,
of course.
Don't worry about it. They even said they're still gonna bring out new Intel Macs.
Yes, they will even update the Intel Macs existing ones.
Yeah.
If that website is right, because I caught I've got the requirements to run Big Sur.
Yeah.
And this name is annoying. Really, it really is.
Why Big Sur? Out of all the names.
What is even Big Sur?
It's probably one region in America.
Probably.
Maybe they were like, oh, it's big.
It looks to me that's the same requirements as Mojave was. It's like
really?
2013 MacBook Air and up. No, not.
Wait,
they unsupported one version, like one lineup.
No.
2012 is gone. Only 2013.
Yeah, so there you go. All 2012 Macs are now gone.
I mean, I believe in DOS Dude 1. He will fix that problem.
Yeah, DOS Dude 1 will probably still get the MacBook late 2008 up there.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's an Intel. It's an x86, and it still runs on an Intel.
Exactly.
So, it should work. Just needs a little patch.
Yeah, so till the day that Apple completely unsupports Intel, we're fine.
We're fine. And also the Hackintosh community is still fine.
Yeah, as long as you have AMD cards, you're fine.
Exactly. AMD cards, then you're good.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I think it's okay. 2013 MacBook Air and up, it's fine.
It's fine. You're still good. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's not that bad because
it's not that bad.
Yeah, but I knew they would unsupport some. Yes.
But can you believe that the 2012 Retina MacBook Air, my Retina MacBook Pro, the first Retina, is now unsupported?
Well, yeah, it happened.
Crazy, yeah.
It's crazy. It's now unsupported. Yes, it happened.
All right, yeah, awesome, Apple. Thanks a lot.
As always for that.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not really digging the style of macOS 11 all that much.
I mean, I'm looking
You
at
will see.
I'm looking at it right now as well. I think it's this wallpaper, and the translucency. I think the only place where it's really too much is this control center editing page. That's really too much.
Yeah, I don't know. They said gradients. Yes, gradients, gradients.
The gradients all over the place.
Johnny Ive would be proud.
Oh yes, he would be, definitely. But
I
yeah,
mean, I'm just looking at it. Big Sur has actually a really nice, beautiful wallpaper. They just chose this this colorful, childish one. I don't know why.
Maybe they like it how it looks.
Yeah, probably, but we will see. We will of course test it out.
Yeah, sure, we will, definitely. You'll see that video coming up.
Yes, I've actually made, but it's very long probably till this day. But I have confidence in DOS Dude 1 that I will still run that on my 2010 iMac.
And I can't wait for that.
Yes, that will be the day where we once again prove Apple wrong.
And Apple will be like, no.
What are you doing?
No, don't use a 2010.
It's an old piece of shit.
It's an old piece of shit.
So yeah, in conclusion, I think now, quickly, the Apple TV Plus was also, we watched a movie trailer in the Apple keynote.
Yes, Foundation, new science fiction. I mean, this was also with Apple Arcade. You see Apple really trying. They're like, please,
it's cool. Believe us, just do it, please.
Use Apple Arcade, use Apple TV. And guys, you have to think about this. I got the iPhone 11, as you guys all know, and for that I got, of course, 1 year free Apple TV Plus. You know, I have it. I got it for free. I'm not using it. Like,
and you have it for free.
Yes, that speaks volumes, doesn't it? Because I mean, I even tried. I looked at Shyamalan series on Apple TV Plus, and I know there are others, of course, as well. But I have to say, just Apple TV Plus is just, I know it's a little bit boring. It's just so limited.
Didn't you watch the Good Morning show?
Not yet.
Okay.
I will watch Tim Cook's show soon.
Yeah, it's his favorite show. That's why it exists.
Yeah, good morning.
Actually, just to round it off, what do you think about the presentation style? Because obviously they couldn't do a live keynote.
Yeah.
They did live stream video keynote. So what do you think about it? Did they do a good job?
I think they did. It was very well done. The stream was perfect. I mean, you have enough, the quality wise, you couldn't say anything against it perfectly. And
perfect,
if you consider how many people probably have watched this live stream.
Yeah, no problem at all. Yeah,
no problem, and the quality was superb. So I really have to say, good job there, Apple. And from the style, I mean, yes, we all know why. Of course, we can't name it here on YouTube because YouTube hates the word for some reason.
Is it still? Yeah, we're not gonna risk it.
Yeah, just don't even risk it. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, YouTube. We all know why it's the way it is. But I think, I mean, they did it very well. It was very well produced, but it just isn't the same, I think.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, it's kind of missing the, when Craig makes the jokes, he can't do that right now. It's not got the same effect.
Exactly. You need your audience going.
Yeah, but he is by far my favorite presenter.
Yeah, I mean, everyone did well, but Craig, I think Craig is just the guy that has the most charisma out of all of them.
Yes, he has. Definitely.
He's just a very good presenter, yeah, and I know why they choose to let him present most of it.
Yeah, I mean, but most of the time when he talks about something, the keynote is really awesome.
Oh yes, I agree, definitely. So yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, that's WWDC 2020. Sadly, no hardware. I have to say, I at least wanted to see an iMac.
At least.
We heard a lot about iMacs coming.
Yeah, wrong. All wrong. All the rumors got it wrong.
Yeah, I mean, there will come an iMac probably, but not here. Not here. So I
No
think WWDC is turning kind of into a software event.
software. Yeah, but it was the same for years.
Yeah,
They never showed a lot of hardware.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and guys, if you want to know what I'll do after this stream, I'll download iOS 14. Wait a one.
You know what, mate?
What man?
I'll
Install it on the
download that
SE.
on the SE, yeah, because I
Yes,
don't need the SE anymore.
that would be so interesting if you make
That
a
would
video.
be, I will do that, yeah.
That's interesting to see how it performs on the lowest device. If you see.
How well it
Yeah,
performs.
well it performs. That would be
Uh,
interesting. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Especially if it's beta 1, because I remember still to this day the worst beta that Apple ever released, iOS 7. Oh my god.
On this device.
You still have it? Yeah, oh yes, yeah.
iPhone 4,
Horrible.
iOS 7 beta 1 is the worst OS experience like I've ever had. Period.
It's crazy that Apple even let that pass. But I mean, it was a
I mean,
beta.
they kind of fixed it in 7 release, of course, but
Honestly,
wow.
I disagree, because I remember a day I updated my, and that was already when when iOS 7 was out for quite some time. And I remember I put it on the iPhone 4 of my mother, and we were in Graz and we were looking for a place, and I wanted to open Maps. I opened Maps and the
Yeah.
phone froze up. And that was the point where I was saying, no, that can't be.
Yeah, nowadays with all the fast smartphones.
That ain't happening anymore, yeah. So probably that's why they aren't unsupporting anything. But that, I think it's just think about this. The iPhone SE has been out now since 4 years?
iPhone 6s is the same. Yeah.
No, iPhone 6s even more. That's 5 years almost. 5 years.
Yeah, but it's the same phone basically, same hardware.
So 5 years of support. That's awesome.
I didn't expect that really.
No.
I expected right, yes, now I mean now SE and 6s is gonna go.
Yeah.
But no, apparently not.
Apparently not, yeah. So even though they made some big enhancements, that's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as we will see how well it runs.
Yeah.
But yeah, great that they didn't unsupport him.
Exactly. So in the end, mate, what is your opinion? How did you like the WWDC?
Yeah, I quite enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to macOS Big Sur, regardless of the weird design and all that.
And the name.
And iOS 14, of course, and all the ARM Max that we will, of course, run a Cinebench in MediaMarkt and people look at us. I'm so looking forward to that.
Oh yes, definitely. I'm looking forward to that too.
No, really, but just to see how fast these things really are, just to get a feeling, because we know, it's a iPad chip and it's fast, but how fast is it really? And
you know what we have to do? Once those, how about we actually do this from now? When those ARM Max come out, which I guess probably November, I guess. October, November is always the time, right?
At the earliest, I think, though.
Yeah, because they said at the end of the year, so it must be somewhere around that, maybe December, I have no idea.
In their next keynote, they will probably tell that.
Exactly. And when those get available here, we have to go to the Apple Store and just take the baseline. I guess it will be the MacBook Air that gets it. Take the baseline MacBook Air and make a refresh,
Yeah, that would be interesting, definitely. And yes, as you said, will there be different options? Will there be a faster A12 or A13 or whatever? Will there be a quad or a dual, 6-core or what? It will be interesting.
There we are. I'm sorry, guys, I misclicked. Professional as always. So yeah, that will be interesting to see, definitely.
Okay.
And we'll find out, and don't worry about it. We'll make a video about it as soon as it's out.
Will.
Exactly. So yeah, guys, that's our short cast of around 48 minutes.
Yeah. About
the WWDC. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next time when, I don't know, when something big.
In the next time.
Yeah, how about we one day watch a keynote of another company too?
Yeah, not always Apple, yeah.
But we always miss them.
Yeah, we always miss them, yeah.
I don't know, maybe Samsung or Huawei or I don't know.
Microsoft,
but Microsoft especially we always miss.
Yeah, but it's always interesting too. But we miss stuff.
Yeah, the problem is Microsoft never announces those things really.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it's like saying, yeah, here it is, the keynote, and Apple's like teasering it always for months and so.
And we all know, and that's the thing, that's the power of Apple, because Apple knows how to get the media's attention, because we all know that all the information is right now everywhere.
The Microsoft keynote was already.
See?
Yeah, it's the same,
that's exactly my point.
Yeah,
that's
whatever.
exactly it. Yeah. All right, guys. So now, 50 minutes, perfect. Thank you to all the guys that I see we have viewers, even though, again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next M8Cast. So, mates,
yes,
it was great, and we'll see you. Bye.
Say oh.
Okay.